Okay, so you asked for it, I'm gonna give it. So I'm gonna start showing you into my life, my kind of training. I'm gonna get people involved. So over the next weeks, months, you'll see my progression towards my goals, what I'm gonna be doing. And today we've got James online client with me. You've probably seen him on Instagram. Good bit of result coming from so far. I might see some at the end. But today we're at Body FX in Runcorn, and we're gonna do a big pull session. So we're gonna aim to hit some big numbers, show some lifts, talk you through movements as well. I want to, especially one movement I see people butcher, and that's definitely one thing I want to go through. But mainly, you're just gonna see us two training hard, lifting big weights. So we're gonna go warm up now. Is actually this exercise. So what it's going to be, lat pull down. Everybody will have done this, but what you'll probably see is people will pull directly down instead of to them. So what we're going to get is James to do a set of how essentially not to do it, and then we're going to correct things, and then he's going to do a proper set. All right, so what people do is they tend to pull down in front of them instead of pulling through their elbows and kind of getting the bar. I always say aim for the collarbone. So as you're pulling down through the bar, elbows, you're contracting them lats. So when you're doing it that way, you're rotating them shoulders forward. So what we're doing there is we're taking out that rotation and isolating them lats, okay? So now, we're gonna do a proper set, okay? Right, so, we're gonna do 12 reps, okay? 12 reps. First working set. See how he's pulling towards his collarbone? He's pulling down through them elbows. Exercise number one was lat pull down. So started off nice and wide, stretch out them lats. Exercise number two is chest supported single arm row, okay? So the key here is pulling through the elbow and fully contracting that lat, okay? So the aim isn't to get the handle as close to your chest as possible, it's to get the full range of motion in your lat, okay? So elbow as far back as you can without rotating that shoulder forward, okay? So exercise number two is single arm chest supported row. Exercise number two, I've seen single arm row, 3 sets there, 1 build up set, 1 working set and 1 back off set. You'll probably see that throughout the session. Exercise number 3, now is the hammer grip lat pull down. So again, just another lat movement, pull down, good concentration on the lower part of the lats. This would be relatively heavy now. Again, 3 sets, so 1 build up, 1 working set and a back off. Well, depending on how we feel on this, because this is our last pull down movement, we might go another working set. So it might be 2 working sets. So again, we'll see how we go. Give it a warm for you. Pull it tight, get it done, get it done. Come on. So, I lost count of exercise. I was only the third exercise. So, this is now 4. So, what we're going to do is single arm dumbbell row. I'm going to do it on a kneeling on bench like this. James can do it on the back just because he finds it a bit better to get that stretch. Whereas I personally like to have that support, have that knee bracing, get my core active, pull through, get the weight up, okay? Same, every other movement. Think about pulling through the elbow, okay? Hands are just hooks. So with this, we're gonna do same principle. We're gonna do one build-up set, so 10-12 reps. Then we're gonna go a feeder set, and then it'll be one working set of 6 to 8, and then a back-off set of, again, 10 to 12. So, bit of a, you'll see a pattern, but there's a reason for the pattern, okay? So again, I'm building up my numbers. With James, it's a matter of sheer expenditure. He's got the muscle tissue, he's in a deficit, but he can still lift heavy weight. So one thing people don't do when they're in a deficit is continue to lift big. Yes, you want to have a higher rep range, but what we do with James is we have 2 rotations. So one rotation is a heavy rotation and the other is a volume rotation, okay? So next exercise, single arm dumbbell row. Okay, so we're going to move on to our last back movement. So what's this, number 5? Number 5. So we're going to finish off with a bit of rhomboids, a bit of traps. So we're going to do a wide grip, seated row. So as we pull, we're going to keep our elbows flared out slightly. And as we pull back, we're going to really squeeze them shoulder blades together and try and keep elbows flared out as best as possible. Keeping the chest nice and proud, and again, pulling through the elbow. Okay, so we're going to go over there now and start that. 8 to 10, 8 to 10. Like I said, the wide grip row is the last back exercise. So now we're going to come on to biceps. Personally, I hate doing biceps. I find it boring, but it needs to be done. I need to grow these little noodle arms. So we're going to start seated incline bicep curls, and then we're probably going to go on to a bicep single arm curl, or again it'll be a easy bar curl. Just 3 sets straight through, minimal rest, burn out, straight through, nice and easy. Don't need to be aged on these. Small muscle, give them a good smash, done. On this, we're going to do one essential warm up, and then we're literally just going to burn out drop set. So easy bar, cable curls, last bit. So as you would have just seen, we've been chipping away with James. Probably just seeing his shots. Looking very good now. So the kind of plan with him is to reverse diet out into a gaining phase in it. Because what was the target we wanted to reach? We're at 152, 150, hovering around that area.
I think
we want to push up to about 170, maybe 175 now, don't we?
Yeah, I think that's
oh shit.
don't.
That's sort of the goal, isn't it? I think we just started to realise that chipping away and getting a little bit leaner, perhaps just dropping calories wasn't the most productive thing, because I started to feel it a bit. I started messaging you.
So now we've got to a good point where you're happy, I'm happy. So the aim is now to put muscle mass on, but keep body composition the way it is. So with training sessions like that, which I know James trains like that anyway, we've trained before a lot in the past. As you've seen there, he knows how to create intensity. That's one thing a lot of people struggle with, is learning how to create intensity, especially when training on their own. People don't know how to push themselves, choose a weight correctly, and stick to a rep range. But whenever I kind of give, especially with my clients, online clients, a rep range, it's a guide. So like we said in there, didn't we? We said if you can get 6 to 8, get 8. If you've got more, go for more. There is no harm in doing more. Okay, it's essentially just more work.
Comes off your own head, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think
it's just essentially more volume, but again, it's so there you've probably seen working a lot to failure, whereas a lot of people can't work to failure and handle that.
Go for it, mate.
Cheers, lads.
I think from my point of view, it's like, especially having a coach, but if you're getting into a deficit and stuff, I think your brain just starts to slack a little bit.
Yeah, that's it. So a lot of being in a deficit is mental work, mental capacity.
Yeah.
So you will be able to push a lot harder than you think, but again, the aim isn't to push you mentally and break you. That should never be, unless yes, you're going for a competition or something like that. Then you have to go to a bit of a dark place. But for everyday life and just for general kind of well-being, create a better look, probably beefer. You don't want to do that, so that's the aim. So like now we've got to the point where we were like, right, composition's good, training's good, but we're starting to really feel the deficit. So reverse diet, boom, start to build calories back up, muscle mass, boom. Simple. It doesn't need to be complicated. People think, oh right, I need to keep pushing. If you're happy, don't keep pushing. Because that's when people start getting a bad relationship with food. And you'll start either cheating, and then my job goes out the window, and then you just do what you want, and it just completely
we have that understanding, don't we? I think I told Sam, I was honest with Sam, I told him like, this is going really well, but I'm starting to feel a little bit, it wasn't going as successfully as the first few weeks. Obviously it gets harder, but I think when we had that mutual trust, we had that understanding, and actually reversing up, I actually think we probably think I've never looked better, especially with yourself.
100% now, like you say, we're starting to fill out nicely again. Training's on the up. So, and I think what you'll find, and what I'm projecting, is somebody weight will still come down. Well, I think we'll get one. I think, like you say, 152 this morning, weren't we? So, I think you'll find over the next week, we'll probably drop to 150. But you'll feel fuller, you'll feel better, you'll feel mentally clear, and that's what it's all about. But it was a good session. Great session.